Well, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on what time it is where you're watching this video. Hope you're all doing well, having a good week. So we're just going to give it a couple of minutes to just wait for people to come in. And I'm going to turn off my camera, but we are here. I feel it in my toe. Love is all around me, and so the feeling grows. It's written on the wind, it's everywhere I go. Oh, it's it. I'm gonna let it show. You know I love you, I always will. My mind's made up by the way that I feel. There's no beginning, there'll be no end. 'Cause all my love, you can be there. I see your face before me as I lay on my bed. And I get to thinking. We'll just give it 1 or 2 minutes, guys, just for some other people just coming on. And I give mine to you. I need someone beside me in everything I do. Oh, yes, I do. You know I love you. I always will. So, welcome again. We're going to get started. So, wherever you are, welcome. Be it morning, evening, or afternoon. So, today's talk is about traffic. It is interesting when we look at websites and the whole internet, I suppose, system. A lot of people get very, very carried away on traffic and what to do and what not to do and the different types of traffic. So today we're going to talk about the different types of traffic, and I'm going to give you some things on organic traffic. I'm not going to cover that much on social media traffic. That's covered in another video, because social media now needs to do and have its own section because it's become that really prominent in what we do today. So let's get into it. Now, you'd have seen this a couple of times. So the very first thing is, once you've got your site built, is to generate some traffic to it. Excuse me. One of the biggest mistakes people make is they try and generate a lot of traffic to the site at the beginning. Okay? And that is a mistake. You got to make sure that your funnel is working. And again, I really do have to find a better analogy, but for now, we're going to use the meat grinder. People get very concerned about how many cows they're going to put into the top of the grinder to get out minced meat. But the reality is, if the wheels at the bottom of the grinder can only go this fast, it doesn't matter how many cows you put in at the top, you're still only going to get the same production out of mincemeat. So the reality is that you've got to make sure first, the very first thing to do when you've put up your sales page, you've put up your website, is to drive a small piece of traffic to it, you know, and literally drive some traffic to it and test it. Well, I'm going to talk about how to do that at the end, because what you want to do is actually get some people to it, test to make sure everything is working. Test it to make sure that people are actually doing what you expected them to do. Okay? The kind of goal here really in a sense is to, in a way, is to fail fast, right? You want to actually fail quickly and find out what the problems are before you start spending a lot of time and energy driving traffic. Because what you want to do is you want to get people in, you want to get people doing what you expect them to do. So for example, if it's to make an appointment, you want to drive a couple of hundred people and see, did you get an appointment? The other side of it is, if you go back to the very, very first video on this whole program, you will see that on that there is you get your numbers over it, okay? So then you start seeing your numbers, you start understanding your costs. So let's have a look at this. When your site first goes up, and a number of you who've been on a number of programs with me have seen this before, but it's worth going over. When your site first goes up, it's like putting it in the Nevada desert, okay? At least this one has a road to it so people can find it, but yours has a road, but it's a small road and nobody knows the road exists, okay? So when you put your site up, don't get all excited and go, yes, my site's on the internet. And they are now, I believe, 3 or 4 times. We get different stats, even up to 6 times more websites than there are people on the planet. So people have a lot of choice. Remember to make sure that your site loads properly, that it loads in under 2 seconds, that you've got a clear call to action. That's all covered in previous videos on the sequence, so make sure that that's done. But when you put it up, it's there. Now what you want to do is you want to drive some traffic to it and get people to come in the door and to complete the action that you want them to do. And we're going to talk more about this over the next 45 minutes. A lot of people actually don't understand what Google is, right? So we're going to talk about Google first. And then I'm going to show you some ways of taking shortcuts. It's called hacking and agree, but it's ethical hacking. It's not bad hacking, it's ethical hacking. So what you want to happen is when Google, they use spiders. It's called the web, so Google sends spiders. And what we believe is that they send, your site goes up, they send spiders, they then come back after 12 hours, they then come back after 24 hours, they come back after 48 hours, they come back after 72 hours, and it moves out, or 76 hours, and it doubles every time until you put up some new content. Okay, so this is why content has now become important, because you're going to hear terms like SEO. Okay, SEO means search engine optimization, and it's something that you do get a mechanic to do. All right, and what it is it puts keywords onto your site. There's meta tags, meta descriptions, headers, all of this type of stuff that really just will melt your head. Okay, just get the person to do it. I'm going to show you some keyword research in a minute, so we'll come back to that. That used to be enough to get your site ranked. It's not anymore. Google are actually making it quite difficult to get your site ranked, and the reason that they're doing this is that Google is a business, okay? And Google make money from paid advertising. So, for example, where is it? Let me bring this over. I'll share my screen. So if I put in build house extension Dublin, you see here it's now telling you it's an ad, it's an ad, it's an ad. If I take house extension, just spelled wrong, but anyway, right? You see the first 3 are ads, right? So this means this whole thing is not competitive, right? Actually, there's only 1 ad, interesting enough, right? If I do Cork, see, people are actually registering Google Maps. So here's an interesting one. We're going to talk about Google Maps a bit more, There's nobody registered for building house extension in Dublin. Build house extension Dublin. There's nobody registered as that with their service on Google Maps in Dublin. Could you believe that? No. What does it cost to go on Google Maps? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So you can put your business on Google Maps, but people don't do keyword research before they do. And we're going to show you that in a second. This is all going to come together. We're going to kind of go, it's going to be a small bit like being out with Billy Connolly, right? You're going to go on a winding road. So when somebody goes to Google and use Google, I normally ask this if we were all in a room together, is what does Google it mean? And the reality, Google it means, and everybody says search or says not. I've got a problem, I want an answer. You go to Google specifically to get an answer. And you might as well now be just completely in tune with Google and nothing else, because there's no point in being in tune with anything else, because Google is king, right? So to Google it means I've got a problem, I want an answer. So if we go back and I share my screen again, I've got a problem. I'm thinking of building a house extension in Dublin. So I did house extension Dublin. I actually changed the correct spelling, right? And look what happened when I corrected the exact spelling. All of the ads went away. So nobody's advertising there. And there's 1.2 million results. See this? 1.2 million people are there with results. 1.2 million pages. So that means there's 1.2 million pages. Okay, 1,270,000 to be exact pages in front of me if I want to rank for that. So I can now go off, and what you're normally told is a content plan, which we are going to talk about. But when I look at that, I see that there's nobody registered on Google Maps for house extension in Dublin. And we'll talk about geotagging. Dublin is the geotagging, right? So I want to go and I want to search for an answer for a keyword. And if I come somewhere and it gives me the answer, then I'm happy to stay. If it doesn't, I don't. That's all Google it means. It used to be very, very simple to get in front of people in Google. It's now got very difficult because Google are quite happy to take your money. That's just the reality. They've wiped out the competition, well, except for Facebook or their current competition. So let's look at traffic types. There's organic and there's paid. And there's social media, okay? There's organic, paid, and there's social media. So organic is when I searched, again, let's do a screen share. Organic is when I searched here and I typed in building house extension Dublin. These are all organic, which means they're not paid for, okay? Now you see this one, it looks like it's, let's have a look. It looks like it's an actual directory, or it's house extension online trades. So it's a list. It's a directory site. And directory sites. This is one of the reasons that directory sites work so well, is because they have new content going up daily. So that's why they do so well. Okay. So getting organic traffic means it's a mix of search engine optimization, content, backlinks, embedding, keywords, and then of course there's paid ads. And then there's social media, which is organic and paid for, and there's video, which is organic and paid for. Okay? What my recommendation is that when your site goes up first, you go and you get a good mechanic. If you can't do this yourself, get a good mechanic to do, I'm just going to put it over, some keyword research for you, right? Now this is a piece of software that I use called SERP Stats, right? And I'm going to show you all this stuff. And this is, I picked house extensions in Dublin, right? So if I go here to keywords, I just have to wait for it to load. I have it actually, so I can go back. So here is what I made earlier. So if I do house extensions, if I did house extensions Dublin, by the way, nothing came up, right? And the reason I'm saying Dublin is if I'm in Dublin or if I'm in Detroit or wherever I am, and I'm a local business and I want local customers, why would I not tell Google that? Okay? Why would I not tell Google that? Think of it logically. If I tell Google that I'm in Dublin and I'm open for business and house extensions, and somebody searches from Dublin, and Google know that they're in Dublin because on all our devices know its locations, right? Your location's been tracked. Matter of fact, on let me just show you this to bring this up higher, just to absolutely scare the data out of people, because a lot of people don't know this there. If I turn on locations on my phone, this is my timeline. I'm going to show it you there. So it's in Google Maps. You can see that. Okay. So if I go back to Friday, was I there? Yeah, I was in Dublin that day, right? So it says I was at home. I went to Louis Fitzgerald Hotel. How long I was driving, how long I was walking, how long I was driving, and where I was. It completely and absolutely tracks, and then it says I went to the Red Cow, which is correct that evening. It shows me all the places I was. Okay, that's in Google Maps if you turn it on. The point is that they have this information. Okay, so they already know that when I'm searching, they know where I am, because Google's goal is to make your search experience easier and simpler. So why would I not use my location? Why would I make it hard for Google? Why would I just not make it easy? So keywords are house extensions. Volume in Google, 480 searches. And this is in the States, right? 558 million. So transmission extension housing, no idea what that actually means, right? Pictures building a house extension cost. Right? Now there's 90 searches for that a month. That's an easy word to get ranked with. Remember, this is a high value client. If I get a client who wants to build a house extension, they're spending 60, 80, 90, 100, 200 grand with me. It's not a small cost. So I'm looking for the sweet spots here. So I would have building a house extension costs in Dublin, and I would then be creating articles around that keyword. So I would take these keywords and turn these into articles. Okay, this is organic traffic. I'm not recommending you're doing this first. I'm recommending I'm doing it in reverse order. I want you to do this second, because what I'm going to do on the next video is I'm going to show you how to test all of these on social media to make sure, and how to test it on Google. I'm going to show you in a second. So building a house extension cost in Dublin would be a keyword that I would be using all day long. 90 searches, not housing, cool house extensions, buying a house, extension beside a house. Again, double story extension, semi-detached house. In Dublin, extensions on houses, prices. These are the actual words and phrases that people are actually searching for. Okay? Right? These are the words and terms that they're actually searching for. I'm sorry, I'm going to sneeze. My apologies, one second. Oh. So this is what people are looking for when they go to the internet. This is what they look for when they go into Google. So this is a piece of software that I have, right? And because I do it. So I then went in for search questions. How much for a house extension? How much to build a house extension? How much a house extension UK? How much for a back extension house? How to cut costs on house extension? How much for house extension Dublin? Okay, isn't that interesting? How much for a terraced house extension? How much to pay for house extension? The main question that's been asked here in relation to house extension, the main question that has been asked is in relation to how much is it going to cost. So if I'm now going to do an organic plan, right, to build content. Now, content sometimes is called blogging. So once you know that your funnel is working, you add a piece to the bottom of the site called news and views, tips and tricks, whatever you want to call it. Do not call it blog. And this goes to the bottom of the front page section of your sales page, just below your last call to action. right? Because Google now only read the front page. They index the front page, okay? You can have all the rest of stuff, but they're indexing the front page. We know that this works extremely well. And then what you do is you have your mechanic, your web person. Again, to create, what you want to happen is you want 3 to 5 articles appearing at any point in time. You don't want a full article. You just want a picture, the headline, which is the keyword, and the first 5 lines of that article, okay? So if I have a house extension sites in Dublin.com, right, website, I'm going to get articles done on how much for a house extension. 7 ways to understand how much to pay for a house extension. How much to my house? So many people ask the question, how much will my extension to my house cost? Are you thinking, how much will my house extension to my house cost? Are you worried about how much will an extension to my house cost? I just created 3 keyword titles in 30 seconds, okay? And the point about that, and I'm going to show you what to do with these in a second. They then become 500-word articles. Those articles then get posted, what I'm going to show you to do. And that's the organic work. Now, this is free, supposedly. Getting organically ranked on Google has become expensive because unless you're willing to do the writing and the posting yourself, you've got to get someone to do the writing. Now, again, you can go to a mechanic and get somebody or outsource the writing work, which is a lot of time is what I recommend. The thing about doing that is the content won't be War and Peace. It won't be Encyclopedia Britannica stuff. It'll be things like, if you're worried about how much your house extension will cost, you're not on loan because an awful lot of people worry about how much their house extension costs. And the way is to not worry about how your extension costs is actually to get a good builder to give you a quote. Full stop. No, that's not 500 words, but they'll fluff that into 500 words. But that's the type of stuff you're going to get back. And I don't have a problem with some of that to get ranked, okay? I'm okay with that. If that's a problem, what you can do is take all your text and specs and send it to a writer and get it right. There's different kind of levels of writing depending on your customer. If I was getting a customer for 80 or 100 grand, I would want to get a good writer to create the content for me. If I'm selling something for 20 bucks, I don't really care. Okay? Because I'm in a volume monkey business, I don't care. So let's bring this back up. So we've got content, SEO, backlinks. What backlinks are, and we're going to go through this in a bit more detail in a second. What backlinks are other sites that point to you. Okay. Now, if somebody says they'll put their content on their site, but they want you to do a backlink, for God's sake, the answer is no, right? Because years ago, guys like me, what we would do is we would create a site and we would create 50 sites and we'd have those 50 sites pointed back into the one site and we used to call it the slingshot. We'd get it slung up straight away. The reality is, do not talk about backlinks. Do not allow anyone backlink from your site because it is going to absolutely mess with your ranking. Okay? So remember, this is all stage 2 now. You want to get traffic, you want to test your traffic, you want your grinder working, which we'll talk about paid ads with Google in a second. But then once you know it's working, you then want to get it organically ranked because what will happen is once you start getting organically ranked for keywords that you know are coming in and for terms that people, in other words, what people are searching for are landing on your site and they're taking action and you're getting business out of it, it then makes sense to start getting organically ranked, okay? It does not make any sense to get organically ranked because you've had a divine inspiration. It doesn't make any sense to do that. You've got to understand that people are actually looking and people are actually clicking. And I'm going to show you that in a second, how to do that with Google. And I'll show you completely separate about how to do that with social media on a separate video, okay? So, but when you're talking about backlinks, there are things called authority backlinks. And all you want to do is authority backlinks. So for example, in the construction industry, or in the auctioneering business, Daft would be an authority backlink because it's got so much traffic. It's very well respected. So if Daft is pointing to your site, that's a good thing. If you can have multiple times that Daft is pointing to your site, that's a very good thing. Okay? Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn are all authority sites. YouTube is an authority site. So by putting your video up on YouTube and embedding that on your site. Now, what embedding means is that you're taking the code that YouTube allow you to, where it says embed, you take that code, you put it into your blog post, and you embed it on your site. Now, again, embedding it on the front end of it, you're now in a situation where that is an authority link. Okay? And I could give you thousands of them. I'm only going to give you a few of them today to get you up and started. When it starts working, reach out to me, even if you're finished on the program, and I'll give you an absolute ton of places where you can go and backlink and create all of this whole content strategy that will just literally blow you up in 5 or 6 weeks. Okay. And the big thing is when you're looking for a keyword, right? Let's go back here a second. One of the things that nobody looks for is this number. Is the 1,270,000, okay? Anything under 20 million is great. Anything under 20 million is absolutely fantastic, right? And if I look down on these, they're all .ies, Home Architect, .ies, I'm a happy bunny. Let's have a look at Showmer there for a second. Host extensions, right? You would imagine under host extension they've done better, but I'm going to show you why not. Videos, host extensions, bang, all great. Absolutely no moving content on their front page. If I'm their competition, actually, I'm not sure I'm sharing my screen, am I? And so we start screen share, and now I'll show you. Sorry about that. No point in being a doodlebug if you don't show it, right? So this is Showmer. So let me go back to where I was. So if I'm looking at this, I know this is very Irish based, but it's just for today. It's going to be the exact same in the States. It's going to be the exact same Australia, UK, no matter where you are. So host extension cost, you see it? It's all not very good. This is the number I was showing you that I was talking about, 1,270,000. Anything under 20 million here is great. Anything over 20 million, you've a fight on. Okay? And then what I'm looking for is I'm going down through, these are all generic sites, boards.com, myextension.ie, the journal is a newspaper, online tradesman. These are all kind of things. So the first one that I'm actually looking at as a competitor here, who is something, even though the tradesman one slightly is, Showmer Home Extensions here, right? So they're my first competitor. So I'm going to then look at them and I'm going to see what they're up to. Very nice extension, looks very good, all great, nice videos, 7 steps. No call to action. Absolutely no call to action. Like I come to this site and eventually let's get the ball, make an inquiry. Right? Interested in the host extension? Let's get the ball rolling. Make an inquiry. That's not going to get me to give you my details. There's no reason for it. No, they're nice pictures and it's very nice work. And these are all the tips. The thing I'm really looking at is there's no content on this. And the front number is unclickable. Oh, I just love these guys. Right? So the bottom line, and this is one of the things I always say to people, see this with the with the testimonials. There's no pictures. Look at the difference. You're more inclined to stop here and hit that video because there's people on it than that one. And you kind of just run across these, and then there's a huge gap there. But the reality is, from what we're talking about today, there is no moving content on the front page. Google only indexed the front page. People tell you other stuff. I've not seen anything to prove that that's wrong. But I do know that if you put down here, tips and views, news and tricks, latest updates, that stuff, and they can be testimonials off of people using them as blog posts, that's fine, and then putting them back up in here, I'm okay with that. But the whole point is that these guys they've done a reasonably good job. It's a nice site, but they have no call to action. The meat grinder's not working. Okay, the wheels don't churn, so no matter how many people they get there. Nice site, too many clicks, obviously, and all the rest of it. But the reality is that from an organic point of view, they're going to be easy to assassinate because they have no moving content on their front page. Now, remember, that when we're talking about this, we are talking about the fact that you want to do this second. Okay? So that's what we've just done, is we've just done the competition analysis. So I will look at what are my keywords, okay? And how many pages am I up against? And then what I'll do, I just want to bring this over so I can show it to you. I'll turn on screen share this time. That what I want to do is I then come into Google AdWords and I want to run a Google AdWords campaign. Now, Google AdWords campaigns are extremely scary. And there are extremely great ways of pulling money out of your pocket that you don't see it. So all I want you to do is to spend 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks at most. Set your budget, set your daily budgets, make sure you put in your budgets. If you want to learn actually how to do it, this is what I do. How to set up a Google ad campaign 2017, because I want the latest ones, right? And I'll go here to videos. And I'll go here to this guy who has now gone off and done a tutorial video.
You need a website.
Okay.
Why not do it yourself? With Wix,
yeah, sure, because it's just so good. Goodbye.
Okay, guys, so in a recent video, I was showing you how to do keyword research for 2007.
All right, so this guy is on a whole campaign on how to do Google keywords, right? And how to do the researches and how to set it up. So you can just go to all of his videos, right? Go to his channel and you'll get all of his videos. There you go. And it gives you all the rest of it. So what my advice on this, right? So what my suggestion then here to do is what you do is simple. Open this on a second screen, either a tablet or on your phone or on whatever you want, right? And then watch the video to the first thing they do. It says how to open an account. Boom. How to open an account. Click, go to here. Stop. Go to there on the other screen. Press play. Put your name and create a password. Pause. Go back. Do the name and password. How to do this, pause, and then just watch it. Everybody's mistake when they watch, or most people's mistakes when they watch videos, is they go from A to Z and then can't remember what K was, okay? So don't go from A to Z. Consume it, follow, look, do all the time. And if you do that, this is available on YouTube for pretty much anything that you want. Okay? Somebody has made a video about it. Ignore the fluff and the things they're going to try and sell you and all the rest of it, and just take out the basics, right? Have a look at how to do this, how to open a Facebook page, it's all there, right? So to create an ad, or you can go and get your mechanic to do it, right? Okay? But when you go into Google AdWords, this is what the inside looks like, right? And one of the I've done campaigns in Asia. I don't use AdWords that much anymore. I find, being honest with you, social media is more effective. But what I will do is when I'm putting up a new page that I want to see how well it's going to organically do, is I will take the keyword resource, say for house extensions, right? This is on the software that I have as well, as saying 25% off house extensions, 27% house extensions London, modular home. I don't like any of these ads so far because they're all giving you, okay. Home extension ideas, we have all of them. Click on that and see it opens up. Right? Bespoke renovations, bespoke design, affordable designs, extensions. And I will take their ideas and their ads, okay, which aren't great. I will then create a campaign in this, following the videos, or giving it to my mechanic, for 5 or 6 of the keywords that I want to get ranked for before I start going to create the content. And I would spend 50 to 100 quid in this, no more. Because I'm actually looking for this to give me business. If it gives me business, great, right? That's a huge plus, separate conversation. What I'm looking for it to do is to see, are people actually clicking on the keyword. Because here's the problem that I have with Google. And it's the same problem that I have with Facebook. And it's the same problem I have with Twitter, LinkedIn, and all the rest of it. The fox owns the hen house and is releasing you the eggs and telling you how many eggs you got. Because think about it logically. You're paying Google to send clicks. The person who measures it is Google, right? So I'm not saying that Google are corrupt or they're crooked or anything else. I'm just saying, me as a business person looking at this logically, I want to know before I spend time, effort, and money ranking organically that the keywords Google are telling me that are fantastic actually are. And I'll spend 50, 60, or $100 to find that out. I get the people to click, they turn up, they come to the site, great. I got clicks, people turn up the site. The other nice thing is you see does your meat grinder work, right? You're now testing your meat grinder as well. You can do the exact same thing on social media, right, to test your site. But for this, what we're doing is we're actually testing the keywords. So if I think house extensions are house extensions, you notice it's house instead of home, which is interesting, isn't it? House extensions is house extensions in Dublin, best ways, whatever the keyword was. Let's pick one in this that we thought was a good one. Extension to side of house, okay? Extension to side of house. I will run an ad for extension to side of house, okay? Are you doing an extension to side of house? And I will have it wrong. I don't mind. I can be wrong. You can put your house in if you want to, but I wouldn't. I would just extension side of house. Then I will run an ad and spend $10 on that and see does anyone actually click it. No, if I get clicks and my $10 budget is gone in an hour, great. Fantastic. Now I'm interested in it organically because the market has shown it clicks it. You might think I'm being paranoid, but I just know that when I meet people, they have spent time and time again getting ranked for keywords that they believe are going to be brilliant, and they're crap. And they're getting no traffic to their website and they can't understand it. Now, on the other side of this, guys, you have to have Google Analytics running on your site. Google Analytics is free to run, it's free to have. I'll do a video separately on Google Analytics, but you have to have it running on your page and running on your sites so that you know how long people are coming from, where they're coming from, and what's happening. So test your keywords first by spending a small piece of money. That's the hack. You then know if they want to come. You then know if they're going to come to your site. And if they do, now you can build the organic traffic all day long. If you already have a site and you're getting traffic, run Google Analytics so you can find out why they're coming. So remember, what are the keywords and how many pages you're up against? You want to stay under 20 million. You want to stay under 20 million pages. Have a look at the competition like we just did and see, are they doing any organic stuff on the front of the page? Translation, are they adding new content in any shape or form? And if the answer is no, then you're pretty much rock and roll. Okay, so then you've now found the keywords that you want to create your content for. All right. So this is create, optimize, publish, promote, measure, links, SEO, social media. Okay. This is your circle. So what you do is you get the content created or you create it yourself with the title and over 500 words. Right. You optimize that, which means that you have the keyword in the body of the article no more than 3 times. 3 times. You then publish it, and I'm going to give you a couple of places to publish it. You can promote it. I'm going to show you how to do that easily. Measure is just understanding with Google Analytics what how many people are coming from it. Links are because you're going to post on article sites, which I'm going to show you the content circle in a second, how to do it. And you're getting the traffic in. SEO is automatic because you're using the keyword in the title and you're using the keyword 3 times in the article. And then you're going to use social media as part of the content circle, because social media and putting your content on social media, I'm going to show you a way that you can do it a couple of times and get the most value out of your investment in the content, right? The most value out of it. Social media then create more backlinks, and they create authority backlinks. And then if people start clicking on them, Google just go, ooh, yay, and your site starts going up, 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 up. It's that simple. That's all it is. Think of this from Google's point of view. Google want people using Google. Google have an absolute terror at the moment called Facebook. People spend an average of 28 minutes a day on Facebook. People spend an average of 3 minutes on Google. 3 minutes, 28. It's nearly 10 times more on Facebook than it is on Google. Which means that Facebook have much more time to present many more ads. Many more ads. Why do you think Facebook went into video? You think because they love us? No. They went into video to kill YouTube. They want people, and it's in flux. We're going to see where it goes to. Okay, so first steps. Test with paid, measure a response, and get proper keyword research done. Or do proper keyword research yourself. Okay, if you want to know how to do keyword research, then go to YouTube, look it up, learn it. I have a piece of software that I use, and my team have that software, and they do the work for me, and they come back with the report. It's worth spending $100, $150, whatever it costs, to get actual proper keyword research done, because that is the foundation to your business. It is worth getting the proper stuff done, but also look at the hacks, right? One is Google Maps. We saw that a while ago. One company, a number of people that weren't on for the keyword was amazing. But Google Maps will always show up first. Okay? Even on search, it'll show up first. Even on search on your phone, it shows up first. Right? Articles, your content. So your content or articles are videos, okay? They're only articles or videos. That's it. Put the city and country in. Put the city and country in. You're telling Google where you are. You're telling Google to come and find you. You're telling Google that this is where you're at. So if somebody is searching there and you've now got, this isn't going to happen overnight, but you've now got good content. You've told Google where you are. People are searching in that area. If you're localizing your business, if you're going globally, don't do it. Okay? But even if you're going globally, it's no harm to get ranked locally, and then it's easier to get out, right? So if you get ranked for Ireland, for example, right, which is only 4.8 million people, so it's not that difficult, right? Like, you know, there's more people go to work in New York every day, I think, than are living in our country, right? So you've got 4.8 million. So you can have Ireland. In America or the USA, you've got USA and New York. It might be better to try and rank in New York and then build out, because you're going narrow and building out that way, rather than trying to go this way and maintain it. So coming in narrow and going out wide is always a very good strategy. And one of the ways is maps and geotagging. Okay. And with the articles, that's what I mean by geotagging. Geotagging the articles, geotagging your posts on your blog. And I'm going to show you more on that in a second. On your blog, okay, which can be your news and tips or updates or what's happening or latest news or whatever. Do not call it blog, okay? Unless you're a person. Your person can have a blog, but a business, like everybody, when I use the word blog, you kind of expect a guy with Rastafarian hair, smoking pot, sitting somewhere in the middle of the thing, talking about life, man. You know, we're really cool, we're having this, our travel blog or something like that. That's the mental image of blog. Blog does not really come across, to me anyway, as a business term. Okay, I know that's wrong, but it doesn't. And then you can do Facebook, which is the new version of Facebook, because I can't spell, and social media pages in your site's name. Okay, that's in your domain name. This will help you rank under your domain name. Now, let's be perfectly blunt about this. Okay, if you cannot rank for your business name and you're the only person who has that business in the world, You think you got a problem? If you're the only people in the world that has that business name, you rank. If you're up against a business, if you've got a business name that is a name that's used everywhere around the world, or other companies have it, then geotag your name on your domain. So Murphy's Auctioneering Cork, bracket Cork. Doesn't have to be called Murphy's or Auctioneers or Murphy's Engineering or whatever. Doesn't actually have to be the company name, but put that as your domain name and create that then as your Facebook page, right? Because I don't care if nobody ever comes to your Facebook page. Couldn't care less anymore, because Facebook page has gone horrible, right? I just don't care. But they rank for your name, and they get you ranked underneath your name. So at least if a customer knows who you are and has your name, they can find you. No, okay? So they help you rank for your name. The Google Maps and the articles and all the rest of it will help you with your actual ranking under keywords. And the keywords is actually what you want to get ranked under. Get ranked on your name is no big deal, because I'm not going to sit at home and go, I think I'll be with an auctioneer. Yes, I look up Murphy's Auctioneers. It doesn't happen that way. Best auctioneer in Cork. Maybe that's a keyword. Best auctioneer in New York. Best auctioneer in Sydney. Best auctioneer in Singapore. They're the keywords you look at. Is that's what they're searching. You want to get up on the top of that list. You do all of the formula that we've laid out in the video. So, ezinearticles.com is one of the content sites that I recommend. And let me pull it over. Because it still is the daddy. Now, eZine articles are very, very, very fussy. Okay? So eZine articles. It's free to join. Posting your articles is free. What they allow you to do is write a bio. Okay, in that bio, you can put in a link to your website. So guess what you do? You put a link to your website. Do not put a link to your website in your article. So this is what we do, okay? We go to eZine articles and we submit our 500-word article. Let me pick something. 7 tips to relieve stress in any child coming up to their exams in Ireland. It might sound strange to say in Ireland, that one, but in Ireland, because I want to get people to find me in Ireland for that product, right? I then put in, and I talk about the best ways to relieve stress in exams, because that's the keyword I found. And then at the end, I have my bio, right? Which is, and the bio isn't, I started practicing this in 2000 or 1969. And the bio is, you know, if you're looking to manage your stress or boom, bang, 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 then, you know, go on here and for more tips. And you put a link into your website. Okay? All right? By doing that, and by this company actually approving your article, now the first one could take weeks, right? But once you get there, it starts moving very quickly. But with this company actually approving your article, Google love these guys, because these guys actually go out and check, is that article anywhere on the internet? And if that article is anywhere on the internet, they will not put it up. So Google know that it is unique content. And unique content is very, very important, because Google do not want duplicate content. It doesn't mean that you can't do it. And it doesn't mean that some of your stuff can't be duplicate content. For example, saw this on Forbes. It was really cool, so I thought I'd share it here. And as long as you're giving the credit to Forbes and you're saying that it came from Forbes, that's fine. That's reporting, right? That's reporting. But if you're taking the Forbes article and you're trying to say, I wrote this, Google will slap you all over the place. They will just slap you all over the place. And you won't even know what's happening, because they won't write and tell you. They don't have to. They're God. They're God in a universe that they created. So all they're going to do is to actually take it and just absolutely crucify and start de-ranking your site, right? The great thing about content marketing that I didn't mention is you only have to do it for a period of time quite heavily. And I'm going to show you the posting schedule. You only have to do it for a period of time on each keyword. And then when you get ranked, you can back off a mile, right? So we'll talk about it in a second. So this is a great company for your articles, right? You can go get your articles written by somebody else, because like I don't want to be doing that. My life's too short. And I'm not any good at that. Another underutilized one is YouTube, right? So I got it here. So content mastery, I'm going to go back, right? 500 word article. Has to be 500 word article. Post the eZine articles first, right? Then after, approve post to articleslash.net, articlekit.com, and articles.org. Make sure on each one of these sites that your social media is connected. Now, for God's sake, don't go to the 3 sites in the same day, okay? But if you then post to those sites, you then take the eZine article post and you post it on your website. And this is what happens. So you go to eZine articles, your article gets approved. eZine articles allows you to connect your Twitter account, your Facebook account, and your social media. So once your article is approved, it will ping out across social media that your article is live. One bite. You then take the article and you go to these sites one day after another, or you get, again, a mechanic to do it for you, and they post there, and you make sure they're connected to your social media. It goes back out and back out and back out and back out. And people say, oh, that's really going to annoy people. Well, I don't care, right? I'm not doing this for people to love me. I'm doing this to get backlinks and traffic. So you can have it post to your Facebook page instead of your profile, okay? I'm looking for the link juice. I'm looking only for the link juice on this. I'll then take the eZine article post and I will then post that on my blog. And I will use something like Jetpack on my site to automatically post across to all of social media that I'm connected to. Okay? Now, if you want to create your own articles, here's a trick, right? I didn't put it up. If you want to post to create articles easily, one of the ways you can do it is sit down, record a video, which is one of the reasons I have you all on the Facebook Live Superheroes. And if you're not, you should be on it, right? Because you get used to being able to make, it's about 10, 12 minutes, I think, of talking is an article. So you can actually go on to Facebook, right? Do a live video to your page. Talk about the 7 ways to reduce exam stress. Do that. Take that video, download it, send it to rev.com, that's rev.com. They will transcribe the video and send it back to you, and that will become your article. Now what you've done, you then take your Facebook video and you post that on YouTube and you add it into your site. Okay? That's what embedding means. You actually embed it into your site. So you can have an article and a video, or you can just get somebody you can get a voiceover artist. You can go to someplace like Fiverr.com, employ a voiceover artist, and just show images of, kids going from stress to happiness and somebody reading the article, or you can just record the audio and put the audio up. You can also just record audio and send that to rev.com and they'll send you back an article. It's $1 a minute. It's $1 for every minute of content. $1 for every minute. So if you've got 15 minutes to get about 500 words, that's $15 it'll cost you. Okay? If you don't want to create the content, you can go and get on to people to actually outsource. And I'll be showing you how to outsource on one of the next videos and where to go, right? And the people that I use. But you can then outsource and get someone to write the content, do the whole lot for you, and don't worry about it. And just pay for it and pay X amount of dollars a month to be done and get it done, provided the keyword research is done correctly. So I will take one piece of content, I will turn it into a video, I will turn it into articles, I will post it on multiple article sites, I will then have those articles posted to my blog, or one of those articles posted to my blog. I will make sure that it's all connected to social media. I will then take the video. I will embed the video on my site. You can also embed the Facebook video onto your site, which is something I'm going to start doing from next week on. And you can now start doing that. And now you're creating all of this big circle. And then you can go and socially bookmark it. Again, if you use something like Jetpack and you ask your mechanic to set up social bookmarking sharing, you can then have somebody to go in to the likes of Dig and Reddit and StumbleUpon and Tumblr and all of these sites and actually post the articles onto those as well. What are you doing? You're taking the search term that you want to get ranked for and you are spreading it like a plague across the internet. There is nothing black hat about this. There is nothing illegal about this. There is nothing wrong with this. Socially bookmark the eZine article one. Then get someone to socially bookmark your one on your blog. Then get someone to socially bookmark this video, all on the same keyword, not in the same days. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays are the time to post to your blog. All right, they're the best days to post your blog when we tested it. I'm testing a while, but they were the best days. Then you get someone to come in and go off and social bookmark. You pay for that service. It's an easy thing to get done. It's not a lot of money, but what happens is you've taken the one piece of content that you've created or somebody has created for you, and you're now spreading it everywhere. There are numerous video sites. There's Vimeo. There used to be MetaCafe. I must look them up again. I like taking the same stuff and putting it in multiple places. Now, Vimeo has got fussy about business stuff. So I'll come up with an actual directory for you and I'll post it on the page of where to go and to post it. But you're taking the one piece of content and you're now spreading it everywhere. So take an article, have it turned into a video, put some pictures into it and get someone to do a voiceover. Not only that, don't do it as a voiceover. You don't want to do it as a voiceover? Absolutely fine. Put some music on it, get some royalty-free music, put some images on it, and when you're going to get your with your article, send it to, you can have somebody, I think, I don't know, will Rev.com do it this way, but Rev.com, if it's an audio file or a video file that has audio on it, they will actually send you back the subtitles, okay? And the subtitles will go live in the video, and subtitles on videos convert them an awful lot more, okay? So by doing all of this, and then you can even do web maps you can get someone to do web maps for videos and embed them into the site. This has been very advanced, and embed those as well in creating individual maps for each one, right? But the reality is I can take one piece of content, put it on about 60 or 80 different places, okay? And have it pounding across social media constantly. Is that going to annoy people on social media? I don't care, is the reality. I'm using it to backlink. So I will put it on my Facebook page where I might have 5,000 people, 10,000 people, 500 people. 2% of those are engaged. If I don't boost the post, only 2% of them are going to see it. Okay, so I'm quite happy to put it up there. On Twitter, it's like a van passing in the night. We'll talk about this when we get to the social media video. I want to talk about one other thing on paid traffic, which is an unexploited hole. And I didn't even create a slide for this because I just want to talk about it. And that's YouTube ads. YouTube ads are very, very effective. And also, now you need, the reason I haven't created something on this is on a YouTube ad, you need to get somebody experienced, to do these properly. Because YouTube ads, if you get someone to click within the first 35 seconds, YouTube do not charge you a penny. So if somebody clicks within the first 35 seconds, YouTube do not charge you one single red cent. Not a penny. Okay? So you can take YouTube ads and you can have those for free. You've got to create good videos. They've got to be done right, but it is a strategy that's out there for people who are dealing with higher end customers. So if you're looking for somebody who's got a good LTV lifetime value with you. So if somebody has a value of say 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 a year to you, it is worth going off and getting some YouTube ads made properly, and reach out to me and I'll show you where to go on it. But I just want to share it as a strategy. It's very, very interesting. It's fascinating. Most businesses don't do it because when it comes to video, people get afraid of it. So back to the articles and the content that we've done. Do your paid ads first. Make sure the keyword is working. Make sure the keyword is actually getting clicked on. Because I've seen keywords go up there and Google giving me great search volume and all the rest of it on it. Search volume doesn't mean they're going to click. It's like impression as opposed to click, right? An impression is great if you're going dating, right? Or if you're doing business and you want to impress somebody. To impress on somebody is very good. And to leave a positive impression is great. In web terms, impression is a load of gobbledygook nonsense, right? It's just a way of spending money. You never want to make an impression, okay? So when I see numbers like there's 90 people searching, or there's 900 people or 90,000 people searching, I don't care. I will run an ad for that keyword and I will see, did anyone click on my ad? And if people clicked on my ad, I know there's an interest, and I will go off and create content for that keyword. Most people go off because it's free and create the content and do all of this first, and then find out that actually nobody was actually looking for it. Because as I said, you're getting the figures and all of the stuff from Google, okay? And it is that Fox owns the hen house. No, they're not telling you anything wrong. They're saying 90 people searched. But of those 90 people that searched, how many clicked on how many links? That's what I'd like to know. How many clicked on the page? How many clicked on the first three? How many clicked when halfway down? You can't get any of that information because Google won't want us having that information, because now we could actually market. Before, when the ads went across and down the side, we knew that the top right-hand side was the place to be. So they changed it. They've now added it on mobile. It's completely moved. So for organic traffic on search with Google, it's a complete different mindset of social media. Your social media traffic is completely different. It's complete different beat to it, complete different ethos. It's completely different. So you have to treat Google separately, and your organic plan with Google and your paid plan with Google completely different to social media, which we are going to cover separately, right? Because again, even in social media, it's organic and paid. Organic is the free stuff. Paid is the paid stuff. Google organic is the stuff that comes up search. It's not free because you have to invest time, and time is money. So a lot of times it's better off to get a writer to do it, or get somebody to do it, and somebody to post the articles and do all the clicks and the backlinking. You will only have to do it for a period of time quite heavily. And that period of time will come out. I cannot give you a measurement on it, but normally kind of 6 to 14 weeks, if you've got under 20 million opposition pages and nobody's doing anything majorly on the on their sites, nobody's doing any of the organic stuff on their sites, would normally get you there. And if you go heavy and you have your plan laid out, which is these are the keywords, these are the articles, this is it, and the whole map is out, and you have somebody implement that for you, you then get ranked under that keyword. Once you're ranked under that keyword, you could probably pull back to 2 a month, comfortably, even 1 a month. And I would pull back to 1 a month and watch and see that I slip. And if I happen not slipping, I would maintain it at 1 a month, right? And then I move on to my next keyword. I move on to my next keyword, and then on to the next keyword, and the next keyword. And then all of a sudden, I own every keyword that I want to get ranked for. That will take a period, maybe 6 to 12 months. But no, I own it. So no, I don't have to spend any more money. Like, to give you an idea, clicks and the insurance industry, because it has the word insurance on it, it's at least €17 per click. And that's a click. That's just someone to come to your site. That doesn't mean they bought. That doesn't mean they've done anything. That just means they clicked to come to your site. Where most people use Google paid traffic for is they want to drive traffic to a funnel, okay, to get new business. That's fine as long as your meat grinder is working. But spending money to bring someone to a shop that has no door on it doesn't make any sense to me. Yet that's what most people are doing when they go to Google paid ads. I flip it on its backside and I do it the complete opposite way. I use the paid ads to find out what's going to work organically. No, don't get me wrong. If I'm getting a good EPC and CPC, I'm going to use it all day long. EPC is earning per client or earning per click. CPC is cost per click. Now, if again, like we did in the very first video, if I have 100 people come with a bucket person, that's 100, and I get one sale, then it costs me $100 to get one sale. It's not $1, it's $100 because they help me 100 people to get one sale. And that's the measurement that nobody on the net talks about, right? And as a retailer, I understood that the very first time I heard it, right? I understood it straight away. So, and then it's your cost per click or cost per client, right? In my world, it's cost per click because I'm grinding. A lot of stuff that I'm doing, I'm just grinding people in, because especially if you're doing a low value stuff, it's just, if I can get someone at 20 cents and I make a buck, I'm happy all day long. Because a lot of times my product is made and it's just a matter of selling it and 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 selling it. I don't have to make something each time, right? So it does depend on the rhythm and nature of your business. But do your paid stuff first, then get your organic stuff done. My advice with all of these things, you're running a business, you're probably very busy, is set a budget aside, get a mechanic to do this for you, or somebody in-house to do this for you, and get this to work. Then you know it's going to work. Then you can test the market. No, you don't. So test small, fail small, find a winner, back the winner with everything. Imagine if you could go to the horse races, and you knew that horse 4 was going to win. You knew without a question the horse 4 was going to win. Would you put all your money on it? And that's what you can do with this. You can fix the horse race. You can literally fix the horse race to your advantage. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing it. But what I'm saying, Google are fine with it. You're going to get some money. You're giving them good content. They're winning. Google want to keep people on Google. So as long as you help Google and look after Google, they will help and look after you. Make sure you use maps. Make sure you have maps. And make sure you have maps when you're building your single sales page. Make sure you put maps on that too. Down the bottom somewhere nice and quietly. But open that up and put it on maps as well. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll talk to you again very soon. In relation to everybody on this program, we are in Dublin in the Louis Fitzgerald next Thursday, 9 o'clock. The format for that is show and tell. You're going to come in and show. I'm not giving training that day. I'm there to help. What you're going to get, especially if your sites are done and all the rest of it, so make sure you have your stuff up to date, is what you're going to get at that event is you're going to get a fresh set of eyes of people who've never seen your site before or seen your page. And you're going to have to not talk, because I'm going to pretty much insist on that. And what happens then is you can then go and listen to these people and it's a unique opportunity for you to get a group of people to look at the website while you're with them, who will be honest with you, who's not your wife, your dog, your son, your husband, whoever, telling you, oh, that's marvelous, or your mom and dad. A group of people say, yeah, I understand that. Did you understand the call to action? Because this is what I'd be asking. What are they selling? Boom, boom, boom. Did you get it? Is it credible enough? Is there something missing? What's the call to action, do you believe? Great. Would you go to that call of action if you were a potential customer? You get a focus group on your site, and it's the only time you're ever going to get it, because you'll never get anywhere else, because everybody else will know you, will know your business, and will have preconceived perception. People in this room don't know you, they don't know your business, so they want to have a preconceived conception. So it's it's the closest thing to a pure testing environment that you're ever going to get. And as people who are on a marketing program, that's what you want to get. You want people to understand and know and want to do business with you. So thanks for coming on, guys, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Have a great one.